Before we begin, take a moment. Let your breath settle. Let the noise of your day fall away like dust from an old cloak. Imagine the space around you softening, the hush of candlelight, the scent of old parchment and herbs, and the sense that something curious is waiting just beyond the threshold. Inside, a wizard awaits, not one for battles or glory, but for stories. He listens to forgotten magic and helps it remember itself. You've brought him something, 3 items and a question. Step through. Let the weight of the day wash away. Breathe and allow yourself to get lost in story. You step into the shop and pause just inside the threshold. The door closes behind you with a muted click, muffled as if the very air within this place resists sharp sounds. The warmth hits you first, a gentle heat that doesn't come from a fireplace, but seems to radiate from the walls themselves. Then the scent, old parchment, dried herbs, something faintly metallic, like magic freshly cast and still clinging to the air. Your eyes adjust slowly to the soft, amber glow that fills the space. Candlelight flickers from enchanted sconces along the wooden walls, casting dancing shadows that almost seem to move with purpose. It's quiet here, but not silent. There's a hum, subtle and resonant, like the shop is breathing, listening. You've been here before, once, maybe twice, but each visit feels like the first. This is the Aureate Thorn, a shop known to few, found only when it wishes to be, and tonight, it seems, it wished to be found by you. Your boots creak gently as you move forward, guided by instinct more than direction. The shelves are crowded but carefully arranged. No dust, no clutter. Each item displayed like a secret waiting to be told. A jar of silver sand that shifts shape when you look away. A lantern with no flame, pulsing with a soft blue light. An orb that spins slowly in place, suspended above a carved pedestal, its surface reflecting skies you've never seen. A cage, empty save for a faint shimmer that suggests something invisible inside, watching. You pass a weathered coat rack hung with a single, elegant cloak, its fabric shifting from deep violet to forest green as your angle changes. A note hangs from it, scrawled in fine ink. Do not try on unless you wish to walk someone else's memories. In the far corner, a cluster of small music boxes sit unopened. One of them twitches slightly. You make a mental note not to wind it. You make your way to the long wooden counter near the back. There's a deep cushion placed before it, clearly meant for guests who expect to stay a while, and you do plan to stay. You've brought 3 items with you, carefully wrapped in cloth and tucked into your satchel, all acquired during, well, a recent adventure. You still haven't fully wrapped your head around it all, what you saw, what you felt, but you know these objects aren't ordinary, not cursed necessarily, but not idle either. They hum against your side now, as if eager to be seen, or wary. That's why you're here, to know. And then he appears, the wizard. Ah, yes, there you are. I sensed someone interesting had arrived. I do hope that you haven't touched anything that looks like it might bite, or sing, or rewrite your name, huh? Don't worry. Most things in here are perfectly safe. Most. Now then, let me take a look at you. Yes, yes. You've seen something recently. A kind of encounter that leaves marks beneath the skin. Not wounds, no, but impressions. And you've brought them with you, haven't you? Artifacts, relics, trinkets with secrets. How wonderful. The wizard walks toward the counter, the sound of his robe swishing as it lightly taps against the wood. Please, make yourself comfortable. While I prepare the circle, take a look around if you like. That jar of moth wings to your left. Don't open it. They don't like light. That book with the brass lock. It's currently dreaming. Best not to wake it. And that compass near the window. It doesn't point north, no. It points to the last place you felt truly safe. Some find it comforting. Others, less so. Now then. He places something soft and heavy on the counter. You hear the subtle chime of enchanted tools being arranged. Delicate chain links, crystal fragments, maybe a pendant or 2. Whenever you're ready, place your items on the cloth, one at a time. Let's see what stories they've brought with them. Your satchel rustles as you remove an item. You feel the faint weight of metal as you set it on a padded surface. Ah, yes, very good. Let's have a look at this first one, shall we? He lifts the item and begins to examine it, and you hear it shimmer in his grasp. It feels cold, not just to the touch, but beneath the surface, like holding a memory that hasn't been thought of in a long, long time. Let's see. Wrought iron, but laced with something finer, mithril, perhaps. The gem at the center, opaline, yet faintly blue when the light touches it, just right. Curious. If I had to guess, I'd say this is either a ward focus or a binding token. But that resonance, that tension in the air around it, it wants to be seen. He sets it gently back down. All right, Len. Let's ask it. The wizard murmurs a phrase, ancient and smooth, like rainwater over stone. Sana verunem ethia moris reveler. Gentle runes begin to flicker into being around the item. Light glows faintly beneath it, as if unveiling layers of time. Ah, there it is. It's waking up. Do you feel that? The air just shifted like a sigh, a memory rising from slumber. I see a figure cloaked in sea foam and stormlight, standing on the edge of a cliff, waves crashing below. But they're not watching the sea. They're watching the sky, waiting. Lightning, yes. That's where this item was first called into being. Forged not in flame, but through a storm's fury, tempered by thunder, etched with patience. His voice softens further, filled with wonder. The bearer, she was a stormkeeper, a whisperer of tides. She didn't command the storm. She asked it questions, and sometimes it answered. This token was her focus, her anchor. It let her step into lightning and come back with its secrets. It kept her grounded, even as the skies tried to claim her. The humming of the token fades to a steady, softer tone. And now it wants to be used again, but only by someone with quiet resolve, not dominance, understanding. He picks up the item again, running his thumb lightly along its surface. This is the storm-bound token. When attuned, it allows you to resist the pull of tempests, both magical and mundane. It grants a measure of calm within chaos. Wind won't touch you unless you allow it, and once per day, you may speak a question into the wind, and if the storm answers, you will know. He lowers the token onto the cloth again. But there is a condition. There always is. To attune it, you must do so in the midst of wind, not indoors, not sheltered. Find a hilltop or a cliffside. Let the wind move freely around you. Hold the token in both hands and close your eyes. And listen. It will feel as though you've stopped breathing, but just for a moment. Don't panic. That's the sky listening to you. When you open your eyes, the token will feel warmer, heavier. That's how you'll know it's yours. The token rustles in cloth as the wizard wraps it up again and moves it aside gently. Well done. This one's a keeper. And it likes you, I think. It's subtle, but there's a fondness in the way it hums now. Items like this, they remember more than just history. They remember feelings, and they choose who gets to feel them next. Now then, shall we see the second? Your satchel rustles once more as you replace the token with the next item. You hear a gentle click of ceramic as you set it on the table. A faint magical ping hums beneath it, as if the item responds to being seen. Now this one. This is different. Quiet. Still. Like it's trying not to be noticed. He leans closer, the sound of breath catching just slightly as he studies it. Porcelain? No, not quite. It's smoother. Almost grown, not made. There's a softness to the surface, but the magic inside, it's old, ancient even. See here, this little lattice work of gold around the base. That's a weaver's mark. Not the cloth kind, no. This was made by a memory weaver. Delicate work. Deliberate. Someone poured intention into this. If I were to guess, this is a vessel of some sort, a keepsake, maybe even a reliquary. Something was stored in here. Not a thing, not quite. A moment. Let's see what that moment was. The wizard breathes in slowly. Faint magical vibrations begin. A soft murmuring, gentle, as he cites a rhythmic incantation. Unveil the stillness, trace the thread, reveal what once was softly said. The light in the room shifts slightly, like candle flames tilting in a breeze that doesn't exist. The item glows faintly from within. There, it's opening. Carefully now. A low, warm tone fades in, like a memory resurfacing from deep water. I see a small room, stone walls, simple shelves, covered in books and little charms. A teacup rests on the windowsill, steam curling into a pale blue sky, and in the center, a child, no older than 8, sitting cross-legged on a rug. She's holding this object in both hands, whispering to it. She's not casting a spell. She's telling it a story. Her voice is small but confident. She's not reading, she's remembering. And the object, it's listening. He lowers his voice further, almost reverently. She says her mother made it, that it's meant to hold memories she never wants to forget. She's placing this moment inside it, her favorite day. A story her mother told her about a tower made of mirrors, where every reflection led to a different world. She says if she ever forgets that story, she'll forget her mother's voice. So she speaks into this vessel, word for word, until the object hums with warmth. It's a memory bloom, rare, beautiful, fragile in the way old joy often is. He gently sets the item back down, voice low and warm. This doesn't grant power in the traditional sense. It's not for combat or travel or trickery. But if you attune to it, truly attune, you'll be able to use it once per day to revisit a memory. Not just yours either. Any memory willingly shared with it becomes part of its garden. Close your eyes while holding it, and you'll smell the air of that moment. Feel the warmth, hear the voices. It won't last long, just a few breaths. But sometimes that's enough. It can also be used to share a memory. If someone holds it with you, if you both open your hearts to it, the bloom will let them see what you've stored. A gift, a comfort, a goodbye. But be warned, if you force a memory into it, the bloom will wilt. It must be offered with gentleness. The magic doesn't respond to demand. It answers to care. To attune it, find a quiet space, somewhere that matters to you. Light a candle, any color will do, and sit with the object in your lap. Think of a memory you want to keep safe. Not your strongest nor your saddest, just one you don't wish to lose. Speak it aloud, even if no one's listening. If the bloom glows faintly at the end, it has accepted the memory, and you will be linked. The wizard carefully moves the item aside. What a lovely thing you've brought me. There's power in grief, yes, but there's power in joy, too, in keeping something small and bright when the world tries to turn dim. This bloom, it remembers love, and now it will remember yours, too. You clutch the bloom delicately as you replace it with the third and final item. You set the final item in its place on the cloth with a faint clink and a soft jingle. Ah, now this one is peculiar. Even before I look at it, I can feel it watching me, not in a threatening way. More like a cat watching a bird bath. He leans in slightly. There's a faint hum, like distant laughter, tucked into wind chimes. Let's have a look. He lifts the item, metal sliding smoothly between fingers. A chain. No, not quite. A circlet. It changes shape, even as I turn it. Now that's interesting. There's a flexibility to it, almost as though it hasn't decided what it wants to be. Or maybe it changes based on you. Yes, look. When you moved your hand just now, see how it shimmered at the edge? It responded to your presence. It likes you. Let's find out why. He places the object at the center of the cloth. Gentle taps echo as he positions it carefully. Reveal the riddle, lift the veil, tell the tale beneath the tale. A ripple moves through the air, magic like glass. Soft ringing sounds. A faint breeze moves through the room, despite no open windows. Oh, now, this one has stories. He inhales slowly, then exhales, a whisper of amusement in his breath. I see, a street fair, somewhere warm. Lanterns strung between rooftops. A figure, hooded, nimble, darts between stalls, flicking fingers through the air. Wherever they pass, mischief follows. Signs swing the wrong way. Coin purses vanish. Love letters end up in the wrong hands. But it's never cruel. Every bit of trouble they cause ends in a laugh. An argument broken with a smile. A secret revealed that brings two friends closer. Chaos, yes, but gentle chaos. He smiles faintly. They wore this item, whatever it was then. It's worn many shapes. Today a brooch, tomorrow a ring. It becomes what it needs to be. It's not enchanted by one spell. It's enchanted by delight. Crafted by a trickster mage. A joy thief, some called them. But I think they just understood something most don't. Sometimes the world needs to be turned on its side before we can see it clearly. The magic shimmers, settles, leaving the item gleaming softly. This is the facet of folly. He picks it up again and tilts it in the light. When attuned, it grants its bearer subtle influence over perception. Not illusions, nothing false, but it can make truth harder or easier to see. Once per long rest, you can shift the form of the facet into any small, wearable object, a ring, a pin, a pendant, or even a cufflink. While wearing it, you gain advantage on any deception or insight check, but not both. The facet chooses which one based on your intent. And once per day, you may invoke the facet's trick. A small, harmless, magical effect occurs. Harmless, but unexpected. A voice echoes from the wrong direction. A coin lands on its edge. A lock clicks open with a wink, just enough to open a door or stall a foe. He sets the item back down with reverence. To attune it, make it laugh. No, truly, sit with it in silence and tell it a story that makes you laugh. A moment where you embarrassed yourself or surprised someone with kindness or found joy where you least expected it. If the faucet finds it worthy, it will shift in your hand, just slightly, just enough for you to know the trick has begun. But be warned, it won't respond to cruelty. It's a trickster, not a villain. And sometimes it might play tricks on you, too. You hear a soft chuckle from the wizard as he leans back. Huh! That's 3. 3 very different lives, caught in crystal, glass, and metal. You've collected quite the trio, each one with its own voice, its own rhythm. You've done well to carry them here, even better to listen. You feel a pause in the air as he begins gently wrapping the items again. The room is quieter now, calmer. Now, will you keep them? Pass them on? Or let them rest? Whatever you choose, choose with care. They've waited a long time to be seen. You hear the sounds of soft cloth folding as each item is lovingly wrapped again. A ribbon pulls taut, a faint, arcane whisper as the enchantment settles, tucked back into rest. Well, that was a rare treat. Thank you, truly, for bringing these to me. You may not realize it yet, but these items, each one, is more than just enchanted. They're alive with memory, with mischief, with meaning. He chuckles softly, shaking his head. Huh. Most days, I'm 100 cursed swords, soaked in regret, or shields still humming with holy righteousness. Noble things, yes, but they lack personality. But these, a storm sealed in silver, a bloom that guards forgotten joy, and a trickster's whisper waiting to stir the air again. You've reminded me why I opened this place in the first place. The wizard slides the bundled items across the table back to you. Take them, keep them, even if it takes time to learn their ways, especially if it does. Attunement is not always easy. Some magic must be earned, not wielded. But I believe you'll find your way. Each of these items chose you for a reason, whether you realize it yet or not. He clears his throat slightly, pretending to sound official. Now then, about my fee. He chuckles softly before continuing on, lightheartedly, sincere. Huh, I think we'll waive it, just this once. But only on one condition. You must promise me this. The next time you stumble upon something strange, something odd or forgotten, or quietly humming with mischief, you'll bring it back here, to me. No mass-forged relics or heroes' trophies. Bring me the whimsical things, the weird ones, the ones that make no sense until they're understood. Those are the ones I treasure. He walks around from the counter, his staff clicking against the wooden floor. A door creaks gently open, the shop's front entrance.
Now go, wanderer. Let the wind lead you. Let curiosity bite at your heels. And when your pack grows heavy with questions again, you'll know the way back.
He offers one final quiet smile. You can almost hear it in his voice.
Thank you for listening, for wondering, for bringing magic home.